Good evening, everyone. Thank you. You know, when I got married, it was for better or worse. And after all these years of being married, I have to say, I couldn't have had it any better. Now, most of you people didn't hear what my wife just said. She just said, I couldn't have had it any worse. But thanks everyone for coming, and I'd like to give a special shout out to the Valenti family, Joe and Therese, and their family and their friends. And I can't tell you, and Ann shares my sentiments, how gratifying it is to have, family and friends here on this, on this very, very, very special day. Thank you. Now, I'm going to give Kurt and Jen the 3 keys to happiness. A very famous philosopher said there's 3 keys to happiness. 1 is to have something to do. And you 2 guys will do everything together. You have a common interest in sports. You're each other's best friend. So I think you have that covered. The next step, have someone to love. And I think you have that. The 3rd one is to have something to hope for. And on your wedding day, the horizon is so bright, what else could you have to hope for? You have everything to hope for. So I wish you many, many, many years of happiness and good health. Now, I'd like to bring up my cousin John, one of my dearest friends. We grew up together. He's going to give a grace. Thank you.
I've noticed some of you have started to do great. It's okay, the grace will cover it in your stomach. First, I'd like to tell you that I'm going to pray here, but I want to be clear who I'm praying to. The God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. The God of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The one true God. So, Father, I just ask you, we've had a lot of blessing happening. The pastor did a wonderful job of blessing you guys, and I want to just pass along another extra special blessing on you. My wife and I have been married for 54 years, so we know. And it wasn't all love at college, all the time. But we have had that commitment to one another in this capacity for all these years. So I just thank you for having us come to honor, to pray for the food and for the blessing to be upon this whole event. In the biblical days, Jewish wedding was 7 days. 7 days of celebration. When people got married, there must have been a lot of wine. But in any case, Father, we thank you for all you've done for us. We ask you to just bless this food, bless everything that happens here tonight, and may it be your honor and your glory. In Jesus' name I pray, amen.
Hi, everybody. I'm Bobby. I'm very happy to be Jen's matron of honor tonight and be here with all of you. First, I'd like to thank the Mulvaneys and the Valentis for hosting such a beautiful and special evening. It's so wonderful to see so many people here to celebrate Jen and Kurt on their wedding day. And a special thanks to the Mulvaneys for putting up with me for many years in my teens. I first met Jen in 7th grade, and we became fast friends. Our last names were right next to each other in the alphabet, so we had no choice but to be friends because we were always sitting next to each other in class. Back then, we were typical Jersey girls. Little big hair, not too big. We liked to go to the mall. We went to Friendly's all the time, and we'd hang out at Jen's house and annoy her brother Paul all the time as well. Jen was the first of our friends to get her license and drove us all over everywhere in the family van. One night, a few of our friends got a little out of control, and we broke the van door, and I apologize to Mr. Mulvaney. The next morning, Jen called me in tears because she got in trouble with her parents. But sometimes, good things come out of bad situations. Because of that night, Jen met her first love interest in her life. His name was Tommy. Tommy was mature, stylish, and enjoyed taking Jen on the town. Tommy was also her first car, an old Toyota Tercel. She loved that car and took us on many fun adventures over the years. My best memories of my teens were spent in that car with Jen. But honestly, it didn't matter where we were. Our good times had more to do with Jen and our friendship. Jen had the ability to light up a room with her laugh and was always generous and kind. Even after we went off to college and started our adult lives, I relied on Jen for so much, and I knew she was always there for me. We haven't lived in the same state for a long time, but it doesn't matter how much time passes or how far apart we are. When we get together, it is like we are 17 again, driving in that old Tercel, singing along to Snoop Dogg, and laughing until we cry. And then Jen met Kurt. She sounded so happy when she talked about him. I was happy for her, but wanted to make sure he was a good guy. So I did what every protective best friend does. I checked him out on Facebook. My takeaway was he was fiercely competitive, just like Jen, liked taking selfies, very into sports, just like Jen. And for some reason, he likes to refer to himself as the champ. Most of all, he obviously cared for Jen, and that was what mattered the most to me. When I finally got to meet Kurt, I was thrilled to see how they fit so perfectly together. Their love for one another has made them even better people than they were before they met. And I'm sure everyone here can see that. Please raise your glass for Jen and Kurt. They say you don't marry the person you can live with, you marry the person you can't live without. That sums up Jen and Kurt perfectly. Congrats and love to you both. Here's to your marriage and the beautiful future that lays ahead of you. Cheers. Thank you so much. Congrats.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I want you to listen to me. I'm making this short and sweet. It's going to be past 30 seconds, guaranteed. 45. I have never seen a couple in my life that gets along together besides Kurt and Jen. And I would never say that if I didn't know that. I want to say one thing. You can never find two people that love sports together better than me. They definitely pair themselves out together. The only thing I'm going to say, I have one peeve. I always thought that Jen would pure Kurt out, and he would say, when it comes to showing up, he would be right on time. When it came to his rehearsal dinner, they were about 1.5 hours late. I'm going to let that pass, but I will say one thing. You cannot find two people that definitely peeve each other's out. When it comes to a couple, I want to say one thing. I want to thank definitely the Mulvaney family and the Valenti family for coming together. 94 years together for having a marriage. That's definitely more than I can say, but it's definitely a great thing. And the one thing I want to say is that Kurt and Jen fill each other's out, and I wish them nothing but the best in the future. And I want to thank Jen for coming together for the Valenti family. And I think that in the future, they're going to be nothing but the best, and I hope nothing but the best for everybody together, and I wish you nothing but the best, okay? And I definitely passed 30 seconds.